Hello everyone, welcome to the inaugural episode of Music Speaks. I'm your host Matt Anderson, and tonight we have a very special guest. He's a junior music education and performance major, fine percussionist, and one of my best friends and roommates. Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet Bailey Forfa. Bailey, how you doing today, bud?
Good, how about you?
I'm doing pretty all right. Okay, so let's get started, all right? So Bailey, you're a performer, you want to teach. How did you become interested in playing music?
Well, once upon a time, I was just watching a movie one day. It happened to be this movie where the drummer was like the main character. He subbed for this guy who broke his arm, and he just ended up like making the band become like a one-hit wonder, and they toured around and everything. And I was just like, I want to be like that. Wanted to do that. So when I went and took percussion stuff, like I ended up playing bells and other mallet instruments first. And I didn't really like that at first until I got to like middle school where I started able to play drums. And once I got there, I knew that I wanted to do music as a career past high school into college.
Okay. How old were you about?
Probably like 10 or so, probably when I started playing.
Okay. So you were playing for about maybe 6, 7 years, and then you wanted to be a teacher. How did you really know that that's what you wanted to do? Like, what was there any moment that might have inspired that, or?
Well, in the Pittsfield Public Schools where I'm from, they ask high schoolers to come in and mentor some of the younger students during their after-school band. So I used to go in a lot and help out, and the teacher had high praise of like the help I was giving to the students, especially the percussionists in the back. And from there on out, I realized that helping people like become better musicians and guiding them along throughout their career was something that I really enjoyed.
Nice. Now, so you're a double concentration, performance and teaching. Do you have any idea which one you might be leaning more towards in the professional world, or?
Well, as of recently, I've been really giving that a lot of thought because going on into my master's in grad school after my time here at Westfield really makes me think about like whether or not I want to perform or really go into teaching in a public school system. And I mean, I'd like to encompass a little of both. I'd like to teach probably at a college level as a professor and teaching private lessons to other percussionists, and in my spare time be able to play in other orchestras and groups that require a percussionist.
Nice. So you're going to be kind of doing a little bit of both.
Yeah, I would like to incorporate a little of both.
Cool. So you recently had your junior performance recital. How'd you feel about that?
I thought it went pretty well. It was the first time I ever really performed like that in a recital setting where I'm by myself performing in front of so many different people that it really was just a new experience, and I really enjoyed it, even though right before I went out I was really nervous because anytime you go out on stage performing in front of like 100 or so people, even like gets pretty nerve-wracking. But overall the quality of the recital I thought went better than I could have imagined it to be. I thought it could have gone a lot worse, but being at where it is turned out really well, and a lot of other people said the same thing, so I'm glad a lot of people enjoyed it.
All right, so Bailey, we're going to take a look at a performance that you recorded for us earlier. It was an excerpt from Mozart's Magic Flute. Is there anything you'd like to share about that piece before we take a look?
One of the great things about that piece even is that it's just technically difficult. It may sound like really happy and like jingly, like a little bell excerpt probably would, but technically the sticking and a lot of other percussion sort of things just make it a difficult excerpt, and it's reused in a lot of higher level grad school auditions.
All right, well, folks, that's all the time we have for tonight. Bailey, it was a pleasure to speak with you.
Pleasure to speak to you too.
Have a good night, everybody. See you next time.